Well, I got started. I started playing around with it around 2019. I started playing around with it, searching and these tutorial videos and everything. But I'll do a piece, say once every 3 months. It wasn't that serious and everything. But once we got into this lockdown, the whole world was shut down, and having all these materials around, laying around. The first 2 weeks was cool, but then it got boring. So me having all these materials laying around, I was just like, what I'm gonna do with myself right now? I'm bored out of my mind. And this is when I really found it, like when I found myself, like if I was meditating, every time I create a piece and I would wow myself, and I would just be like, wow, I made that, I did that right there. So, it made me get more like, okay, I was making more like cartoony style, but then I wanted to get into the realism, and I just kept diving into it and learning more, and just the more you worked on it, the better it was. And my mom, my daughters was like, yo, Dad, you should post this. You should show the world. And I'm like, really? You think the world will like this? And well, I liked it from other artists, so I said, let me try it. Let me throw it out there. So created a social media page, Instagram and everything, and the way the people were receiving it was amazing. So it made me get better. Like, it was like getting me hype. So I just wanted to create landmarks of my era, of the 80s and the 90s, and giving nostalgia to the people. Because at first I was feeling my heart first, and the people were connecting with me. They were like, wow, you're bringing me to my childhood, to a certain place. And like I said over and over, nostalgia. If I could give you 2 seconds, 3 seconds of nostalgia, I did my job, So yeah, miniature is saved my life, man, because I was at a place real dark. And before the pandemic, I was at a place, going through so much in life. And I say the miniature art took me to, maybe disappear for those couple of hours, maybe forget about the problems that I had. And that's why I say, and I continue to say that, art saved my life. Inspiration, I say, the day-to-day NYC life, living, walking past a dumpster, past a mailbox, an icebox, what I'm known for, a bodega. Everything tells a story. Everything tells a story. From the rust from a building or from a cigarette, a gum stain. Everything tells a story. And 90s hip hop is a huge inspiration of my work, because I think art and music go together, and I just go into a zone. So when I'm creating, definitely 90s hip hop is on the playlist, and I go into my childhood, I start reminiscing, and that's what the details come out. And that's when the rust and the gum stains, the cigarettes, the posters, the flyers from live shows of that time come in. And yeah, it's just our everyday living is inspiration. Everything around us inspires me. Yeah, some of my first pieces is like the icebox, which again I'm known for. There've been people doing it for years and everything, but I was always attracted to where they did it. But my first piece was the icebox. If you look at the icebox, it's nothing compared to what it is today, but it's just that feeling is my number one. It's my best one spiritually, because it got me hooked. It took me to a place where I needed to be. It had me in a zone. It's like people do yoga to meditate and other things to meditate. Miniatures is how I meditate, and I go into some other planet, I don't know where, but it makes me just zone out. And that piece, I could see everything that I was going through. I just looking at that icebox shows everything that I was going through at that time. Every piece shows it's like a picture. You freeze time. And for me, my miniature, the icebox, which I'll be displaying at the Collective NYC, definitely is one of my best pieces. My original piece, my first piece.